Hello, welcome to 2017 Nebraska Passport Training. I'm Erin Wirth, your Passport Program Manager. I'm so happy you could join me today. The Nebraska Passport Program is all about helping people create lifelong memories while they explore our beautiful state. And you were all chosen because I know you are going to help our participants have a great experience on their passport travels. You are going to be part of their stories and their memories they're going to cherish forever. So the people, you guys, are really what make the Passport Program so special. So thanks for sharing this adventure with me this summer. All right, first off, if you can just let me know you're here by emailing me, that would be really helpful. I just want to make sure that everyone is able to see this training so that we're all on the same page. And also, if you have any questions throughout the webinar, be sure to email those to me and I will answer them live. So a little bit about me. So I am going to be your main point of contact throughout the program. I'm the program administrator, so I handle all aspects of the program development, management, and then I'm also the main contact for the participants. So I get a lot of phone calls and emails from our passport travelers, and I love talking to them and hearing about their adventures. I am generally in the office 8 to 5, but I do travel quite a bit because I'm with the Tourism Commission. So you are welcome to email me anytime, and I'm usually always on my email, or if you call me, just leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. A little bit about me. I grew up in Scotia, Nebraska, a tiny little town. I got my start in tourism as a tour guide at Happy Jack Chalk Mine, which is a very unique destination, and it's actually on the Passport Program this year. I went to school at UNL, and I'm actually currently in grad school. I'm getting my degree in innovation and social entrepreneurship. My background is in program development and marketing. I've worked for several different businesses in Lincoln, Gateway Mall, the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and several technology firms. And I really love my job at the Tourism Commission because I have a passion for travel and economic development, and I really enjoy working with all of you guys, all the tourism destinations, to help you reach your goals. So why do we do this? What is the Passport Program for? It's for our travelers. We want to give them a fun, great experience and help them see our beautiful state. So I'm going to start training off a little lightheartedly. I'm going to show you a video of some of our participants from last year's program who made it to all 80 stops. So these are examples of people you're going to meet, and they are characters. We have passport fanatics that just latch onto the program and love it so much.
This is our second year,
Yes.
and last year I found out about it as I was traveling across Nebraska to visit my daughter in Colorado, and I started off on some stops to kind of give me a break, and saw how much fun it was, and then came back and got my friends involved. There is so much here, and we have so much diversity in Nebraska.
There are a lot of gems in Nebraska that this passport program has taught me and opened my eyes to that I did not know about before.
I thought it would be a great way for me and my son, who's 5, to explore the state and have some adventures. Both sites of the fossil beds, we had a great time out there. It was hands-on interactive for my son. And just the different people we got to meet along the way. We ran into a lot of other people doing the passport as we were doing our own.
This is our first year, and we had heard about it. We saw it on television, and then a friend of ours had done it last year, and she had hit all 80 stops. So when I brought that information back to Roger, he said, well, let's do it. And off we went. And even in Grand Island, they have the Enchanted Bakery.
All that,
They have the best cookies.
and of the one in Donovan,
Oh,
the Swedish baker.
Swiss Baker, you got your Krispies.
Yeah,
So we try to buy something from wherever we went. And in Blue Hill, that Nook, Corner Nook, they have the best coffee.
yeah.
We've been doing the Nebraska Passport for 5 of its 7 years, and every Nebraska Passport, we allocate the month of May, to do all 80 stops.
We wear our t-shirts a lot, and so people will ask us why we're out. What is that shirt? What does that mean? And so we explain it to them. And so it is a great program.
He said, let's do all 80, and I said, oh, I don't think we could do that. But then we had so much fun planning it out and going on little trips, and it was a riot.
That's great.
All right, so that's a preview of some of the great people you're gonna meet, and a lot of pets too. I probably got about 50 pictures of pets from our Passport participants last year, so you're gonna meet their furry friends. So the video, these people talked a little bit about why they participate in the program. I did survey last year's participants to actually see how the reasons rank. So number one, people love doing the Passport because we help them discover Nebraska's hidden gems, which you guys all are. And they enjoy Nebraska's scenery as they're driving from Passport to Passport stop. And learning about Nebraska's history and supporting Nebraska businesses is very important to them. And of course, spending time with family and friends as they're on their Passport travels. And also, a lot of family and friends really like the competition aspect of the Passport. They try to get to 80 stops first and play all sorts of little games. So, throughout my training today, I want to make sure that you guys understand the most important things you need to do to ensure that the program runs smoothly. The Passport program is a very simple program. It's not complicated, but every year we just have little issues come up that can be avoided. And then I'm going to go through 6 steps for how you can be a successful Passport stop. So just some good tips for how to get the most out of your experience. And then the important part, how to stamp the booklets, and then your role with the mobile app. And then I'm going to talk about how you can help us market the program, because I really need your help to make sure that we get a lot of people to participate. So you guys know the Passport program is very popular. You're part of a program that people really latch onto and they really love. So why were you chosen? Well, you were all chosen because you are unique. You're going to offer a spectacular experience for our participants. And also, customer service is very important. We pick places that are very welcoming, and we know that our Passport participants are going to love getting to know you and visiting with you. And then also research. I surveyed last year's participants to find out what sorts of destinations really appeal to them. And so all those factors come together to pick our 80 stops. And I get asked a lot, well, why do you do the 80 stops and why do you do the 10 themed tours? Well, it's pretty simple. Research shows that those 2 things do increase participation in the program. And of course, we love having 80 stops involved. It's more people involved in spreading the love of the Passport all across the state. Important, the program does run from May 1st through September 30th. That's a Sunday to Friday. So if you're not aware of that, there you go. The bulk of the travel is going to be from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And so you're going to get some people starting in May. They'll start wandering in, but you're really going to see a significant increase in traffic from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And you guys know we have gotten so much media coverage. People are so excited about all the 80 stops this year. And one little piece of evidence that this is going to be a great year, over half of the booklets that I have ordered have already been spoken for. So I plan for a lot of people to participate in the program. And we are allowing booklet requests on our website, and we do have people put in their addresses, and over 20 states have been represented. So it's not just Nebraskans, it's people all over the nation are going to be Nebraska Passport participants. I wanted to talk a little bit about my goals for this year's program. So last year we had 26,440 people participate. I want to increase that by at least 10,000. I think that we're going to be able to do that really easily. So hopefully we will go above and beyond that goal. And then I want 100% of you guys, the passport stops, and 100% of our participants to report they've had a positive experience. So for you guys, that's going to be measured by increases in traffic, awareness, several other factors that I will talk to you about throughout the passport program. And then for our participants, we want to make sure that they would recommend the program to their family and friends. So that's just a really good indicator that they have a positive perception, a positive feeling towards the program. I also want to increase engagement in the program, so increase the number of prize entries, the number of stops our participants are hitting, and then also we want more people to share their stories of their passport travels, and I'll talk a little bit more about that and how you can help people share their stories. And then also I want to measure and report the economic impact of the program. The passport is a very popular program, but we want to make sure that we show the actual positive impact of the program on tourism in Nebraska and tourism in your regions. So these are very important things to remember. Last year, really the only negative aspect of the program was people got upset if they arrived at the passport stops and they weren't open when they said they would be open. So please try to be open the hours that you submitted to me, because these hours are printed in the booklet. So the more you honor that schedule, the better the experience will be for everyone involved. If you do have to close unexpectedly for a short period, and this is understandable, especially with the small businesses, I know things come up and I understand. The best thing to do is to provide your stamp to a business nearby and just put a sign on your door telling people where they can go to get their stamp, and that'll just avoid a lot of problems. And if you do this, please let me know. If it is for more than a day, I may change your hours on the app and the website to give people a little heads up. Now, if you do need to close for a very long extended period of time, please let me know and I will work with you and we will figure something out. Another really important thing to remember, Nebraska state law does prohibit you from charging participants for admission in order just to receive a stamp. So if someone comes to your destination and just wants a stamp, you cannot charge them anything. Now, of course, most people are going to invest money in things that they want to see, or if you're a restaurant, if they want to eat there, or if you're a store, things they want to buy, but you cannot mandate that they purchase anything. And do know if you do charge an admission charge, that is indicated in the booklet, and that's just to give people a heads up. That's some of the feedback we got from last year's participants, that they of course don't mind paying to get into the passport stops, but they just want to make sure that they know that they're going to have to. And also indicated in the booklet is if you're pet friendly and if they need a state park permit to get in. So again, just giving people the information they need to make everyone's experience better. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about tips for how to get the most out of your passport experience. So our passport participants last year, they did have their favorite passport stops, and so I surveyed them on why these stops were their favorites. Number one thing, the stops offered unique and unexpected adventures or learning experiences. They offered excellent customer service, and people loved hearing the stories behind the destinations. And then they offered impressive food, displays, buildings. And the number one fan favorite was Happy Jack Chalk Mine in Scotia, and that is because it's a very unique attraction, very unexpected, and the tour guides and all the people involved with the chalk mine are very welcoming and very eager to share stories with the passport participants. So, going to go into 6 steps to being a successful passport stop. So main thing, we want our passport participants to feel welcomed and special. So these are just tips, things to think about. None of this is mandatory at all. Number 1, like I said before, our participants want to hear interesting stories about your destination. They want to get to know you. They want to know what makes you so unique. So I have some examples here. These are stops this year. We have the E-Creamery in Dundee in Omaha, and they were on Shark Tank. And they also have a very unique business where they offer customized ice cream flavors. So people want to know about that. Postscript is a lettering arts, a calligraphy studio in Ashland. And so people want to know, well, what is so unique about lettering arts? What's great about it? And why did you choose a rural town to create this lettering arts studio? Positively You is a boutique in Central City, and I love it because all of the items have the theme of think positively. So it's a very uplifting place. So people want to know, like, why did you start that boutique? What made you think of that theme to think positive? And then the haunted places. I have been in contact with all of you, and do know that the booklet indicates for the participants to ask you to hear your spooky stories, so just be prepared for that. I've talked to some of you, and I know you are having little booklets made with your haunted stories or just one sheets, and I think that's a great idea. But do make sure your staff also knows the background behind your spooky stories in case they get questions. And then also for your staff members, people want to know, well, why do they work for you? Why do they work at your destination? Or why do they like volunteering there? All right, so once you welcome the Passport participants in and tell them about your story, invite them to experience your stop. And if you can, it's a great thing to provide a unique experience. So for example, a lot of the Passport stops last year provided 5-minute behind the scenes tours. So just very quick, didn't take a lot of time or manpower, but made the participants feel very special. And these are examples of what places this year are doing, because I have been working one-on-one with a lot of you, so I know these things are going to go on. The Prairie Arts Center in North Platte is going to be offering 5-minute art projects that will be based on the theme of Celebrate Nebraska. So I think that's going to be very popular. Renaissance Fine Art and Photography in Aurora is offering a free photo booth session, and it's an old-timey photo booth, so how fun is that? People are going to love it. And another little example of a photo op that doesn't take any money at all, Pawnee City Museum is offering costumes, and then people will be able to take their own pictures of their family and friends in the costumes. And then a lot of you are just offering little tiny things to make people feel welcome, like free coffee or tea or free samples, and that's great. And a lot of you have told me about the discounts or deals that you are offering for our participants, and a lot of those are printed in the booklet, but you just want to remind them when they come in that they are getting 10% off because they are a Passport traveler. And some of you are doing prize drawings, which is great too. And I am compiling all these ideas, and I can email you all a complete listing of all of these ideas. So, we're still the Passport season hasn't even started, but remember, the traffic won't pick up until Memorial Day, so you do have time. So if you do want to add something little to your experience, you have time to do that. Number 3, be your own local tourism ambassador. So the Passport program, we want our participants to visit you, of course, but we want to encourage tourism throughout your region. And you were picked partly because we know you're going to be good tourism ambassadors. So with that, just make sure you have your regional tourism brochures ready to go, things that list your other local attractions, food options, lodging options. And if you don't have those yet, you can contact your local CVB, or if you don't know who to contact at all, just let me know and I can help you out and we'll find something for you. And then a lot of communities do have coupon books or event flyers, so make sure that you have those out if your community does that. And if you want to go above and beyond, an example of what our stops did last year, Nebraska City had 3 stops all together, and they really worked together with each other and with their local restaurants and convenience stores, and had little Passport displays in several places around the city. So promoting each other, promoting the program. And you do want to make it worth the participants' time to return. So we don't want them just to visit you once. We want you to build up a relationship with them so they bring your friends and family, or their friends and family, back to see you. So a big popular thing for last year's Passport participants, they offered a discount or coupon. For example, Film Streams in Omaha offered a coupon for a free movie ticket if people return. A lot of people offered buy 2 tours, get 1 for free, so that's a very effective way to get people to come back. Or you can offer retail coupons for key shopping times. So like if you have a big push during the holidays, you can offer coupons to get them to come back during the holidays. And if your community has a year-round event schedule or your destination has a year-round event schedule, make sure you have that out. Number 5, encourage our participants to share their stories about your destinations. So they can do this very easily on our website, nebraskapassport.com. The nice thing is, if they share their story, they get 1 entry into our grand prize drawing, and that is an Omaha Steaks butcher's share and chest freezer. So it's basically enough meat to fill up a whole freezer. So I've already had a lot of people that are really excited about that. And we're also still working on the app. And there is going to be a way on the app for them to directly share their experiences to their Facebook page, and our hashtag Nebraska Passport will automatically appear on their post. We do use these stories throughout the year to market the program in our digital and print materials, so we really want to gather more. And the last thing, please be a good Passport brand ambassador. So if people come in and they haven't heard about the program, have your little spiel ready. And you don't have to tell them all the little intricate details about the program, because you'll see the booklets contain all the information they need. They just basically need to know, remember the number 1 reason people participate, they want to see Nebraska's hidden gems. So make sure they know that's what the Passport program will offer them, a map to the hidden gems of the state. And then, of course, emphasize how fun it is and how there are prizes involved. Who can resist that? And explain the ease of the program, so it's not hard to get stamps and there is no cost. It's just fun. And do know your other local Passport stops, because you're going to get asked about them, and just be a good Passport partner, and we're all in this together. We're all promoting each other. Okay, I have sent you several emails. Your materials will be mailed out next week. We're waiting on the booklets. It's quite a big order to get all our booklets printed, so the printer is diligently working on them. So you will get a promotional sign, and it has an easel, so you can put it on your counter or in another high traffic area. You'll get your official Passport stamps, which are unique to your destination. And you will get 2 of them, so in case something happens, one breaks or one runs out of ink, you'll have another one. And then you'll get your window decals. And just know throughout the program, if you run out of booklets, I can definitely get you more. Okay, so the mechanics of stamping. So this is not hard at all. So basically, you're going to stamp in 2 places. This is actually a Passport booklet from last year, and I do have a picture of an up-close picture. There we go. So this is what the booklets are going to look like inside. So your destination will be listed along with the other destinations in your tour, so you just stamp right by your destination. It's very easy, as simple as that. Now, you are stamping in the booklet just for the participant, because people like to keep these booklets as souvenirs of their travels, so we don't take these booklets back. This is just for them. What they're going to send in to us is their prize entry form. And so you also want to make sure that you stamp by your location on the prize entry form. And the prize entry forms are very easy to figure out. All right, yes, and remember, stamps are customized to your destination. So you have a unique stamp. And a big thing to remember, don't stamp for people not present. If they want their stamp, they have to be there with their booklet. So we have some issues sometimes with, a dad coming in with 5 different booklets for his kids. And no, they need to be there to get their stamps. And a little bit about the prizes. If they do want prizes, they do need their own prize entry form. Now, again, with an example of families, if they want to just do 1 passport, they can submit 1 entry form and receive up to 4 t-shirts, which is the prize for getting just to 10 stops, but they will not receive multiples of the other prizes. So you don't have to remember this verbatim. It's all outlined very clearly in the booklet, but just remember you might get questions about that, so be prepared. Okay, the mobile app. So if you look at the mobile app today, it's still on the 2016 because we don't launch the 2017 until May 1st. The nice thing about the app, you usually do not have to intervene at all. Participants will get their own digital stamps. And how it works, it's geofencing coordinates. So their phones will detect when they're in your location. And I grabbed all your locations off Google Maps and got your coordinates. So they will just open up their phone, open up their app, and hit the stamp. Now, in a perfect world, this should all work fine. Sometimes, though, people do not have their location settings on, which is very important. That's how the geofencing works. The phone has to detect where the participant is. So if they're having issues, remind them to turn on their location settings. And it should be as simple as that. Now, if there are still problems, they are there, their location settings are on, and they can't get it to work, it will ask them to enter a 4-digit PIN code. This will be something I will be giving you right before the program starts. You will have unique PIN codes. So if someone's right in front of you and just can't get their phone to work, you can give them the PIN code, and then they will have their digital stamp. Now be sure to only give those PIN codes to people in person. We did have some issues last year with people calling destinations and trying to get the PIN codes, and no, we don't do that because it just causes a lot of problems. And so just tell them they cannot get the PIN code unless they're in person. And if you do have people that are upset about that, just have them contact me and I will talk to them. Now, the app is free. And it is available for both iPhones and Androids, and anyone can get it. They just have to go to their Apple store or their Google store for Androids and search for Nebraska Passport, and it'll be available to them. Now, a really important thing, we will accept selfies of travelers at a passport stop in place of a stamp. However, this is obviously discouraged and we don't advertise it heavily because we want them to be visiting you when you're open so they can either get their booklet stamp or get their app stamp. But sometimes, issues come up and people can't get to your destination until after you've closed, and if they can't get their app to work, then a selfie is fine. And honestly, we don't have a whole lot of people do this. And they don't even really like to do it because they want to see you, they want to meet you and view your destination, so it is pretty rare for this to happen. And we get questions, can people combine both their booklet stamps and their app stamps? Yes, that is totally fine. We have a lot of families especially that like to do the booklet and the apps, and they just have to send everything in to us, and then in October, when we're going through all the prize entries, the Nebraska Tourism staff will add up all their stamps and make sure they get all the prizes they qualify for. Okay. So that's it about stamping in the mobile app. It is very simple, and I'm sure, questions or little situations might come up, but I'm always here for you. So you always just have to call me or email me. Okay, marketing the program. So I've had several of you call actually and ask, well, what can I put the Passport logo on? And my answer is everything. Put it on your website, your social media. A lot of you have really nice newsletters. Plast it wherever you want. I love it. We want that logo all over the state. And then I talked to you a little through email about social media. So we'll be doing a lot of social media action for the Passport on our Visit Nebraska channels, and you, of course, are welcome to do whatever you want to. And I will be making sure you're aware of what we're posting, and you can share those posts, and I would love it if you would share the posts. So I will be using the trivia that you guys have given me and your events, all the information that you gave me in your marketing forms. And, throughout the program, we do want some more content, so if I need you to do any interviews or need more pictures from you, I'll contact you and let you know. I've had some people who have been offered the opportunity to do presentations about the program. So yes, that's awesome. So if you do need a generic presentation about the program, I can definitely get you one. I've been very busy doing presentations too all over the state, so I have all the materials ready if you need them. And then a lot of you have been getting calls about our media opportunities. We are getting those all scheduled. We have television spots across the state, and we have our lovely public information officer here today, Jen. She's the one that's been talking to you about these, so she's doing a great job, really getting us a lot of good publicity opportunities. And then we'll have radio spots throughout the program, and I sent you an email about our Omaha World Herald partnership, so be looking for those stories. And again, if I need quotes or pictures for those stories, I'll let you know. And it's really important for you guys, especially in the smaller communities, make sure that you work with your community to market the Passport program. And why is this important? I'll show you my next slide here. So this again is research from last year's participants about how the Passport program impacts communities. So, well, number one is about you guys, the Passport stops. 98% of our participants last year made purchases at the stops. And then you can see a large percentage, they had hotel stays because of their Passport travels. 98% dined at local restaurants. 94% visited other attractions not on the Passport. 83% attended a local event. That was a great statistic. That kind of surprised me. And then we had 94% made a purchase at a local convenience store. So it's really, again, in the smaller communities especially, if you can set up quick little in-person meetings with your local convenience stores, restaurants, your lodging facilities, and just let them know that you're part of the Passport program, and just talk to them a little bit about it and make sure they know that you're expecting an influx of traffic during the summer. You can really work together to market both the Passport program, your destination, and then all of your community businesses. All right. So Visit Nebraska is our main website. And a lot of you already have listings on our website, but for those of you who might not, so some of the smaller businesses or the newer tourism attractions to Nebraska, I wanted to remind you, you can go on our website and create your own account and create your own listing. So anyone who visits Visit Nebraska will be able to see your listing, which can include a little description about your destination, your hours, links to your website, your social media, and it is totally free. So this is going to be your permanent listing with the Tourism Commission. You are listed on the Passport website, of course, but that's not a permanent website. And it's really, this is nice because you set up your own account on Visit Nebraska, so you can go in and change your information at any time. So say your hours change or your website URL changes, you can do that all yourself. You don't have to rely on anyone to do it. And we do use these listings in our Nebraska travel guides, our printed travel guides, so free marketing opportunity. And we might be pulling these listings throughout the Passport program for different promotions. So please, if you don't have a listing yet, make sure that you do it as soon as possible. I sent you an email about our new tourism grant program. I just wanted to mention it again. So our current campaign is called Through My Eyes. So it's very simple. It's just showing our beautiful state through our own eyes, through Nebraskans' eyes. So you can get funds to get a video professionally produced, and then we will take your video and use it in a targeted Facebook campaign on our Visit Nebraska pages, which we have a very good social media presence, have lots of followers, so your video will be seen by lots of people. And if you want to see, well, what exactly would my video look like, we have examples on our Visit Nebraska website page, and it's just right on the front page. You can click on all the videos and watch them. The deadline for this grant is April 24th, so coming up. And if you do have questions about it, the best person to talk to is going to be the grant administrator, Heather, and she's great. She can walk you through what exactly the financials of the grant and how the application works. So I have her information listed. You can email her or call her anytime. Now, if you don't really want to do a video or go into creating content, we also are allowing everyone the opportunity to share your story. So you can go to our website and just type in your story about your destination. You can upload images, upload videos, and we will share those stories, of course, on our website, but then on our social media. So that is part of the Through My Eyes campaign, and that's totally free, and actually anyone can do it, not just tourism destinations, tourists can do it. So encourage everyone you know to share their stories about Nebraska. I've had quite a few of you who have had media opportunities, newspaper interviews or radio interviews, and that's awesome. Please take advantage of those opportunities. We love that publicity. So quickly, I have some good tips for how to deal with the media. First off, be yourself. Don't be nervous. Just tell them about yourself and about your destination and why you love what you do. And if you can, summarize the purpose of the Passport Program so that we are educating people on what the program is. So you can keep it very simple to encourage travelers to discover Nebraska by giving them new ideas for where their paths can take them. So you don't have to be too wordy or complicated. And do try to plug your other passport stops. So remember, be a good passport brand ambassador and encourage people to participate in the program. So plug our website because that's where they can get all the information about their program. They can request their booklets and invite people to come to your destination to get their booklets too. And if you can, let me know if you have these opportunities come up. I would appreciate it just so I can track everything and make sure that that I am keeping links and keeping articles throughout the Passport Program. And if they do want a quote from me or a quote from our executive director, we are happy to do that for them. All right, almost done here. So you guys are aware you're all on tours, themed tours. And remember I said, well, why do we do these tours? It's because they have been proven to increase participation in the program. People love them. And we have some fun tours this year. So really quickly, I'm going to go through the tours. I'm not going to go through the stops one by one. That would take a lot of time. But if you haven't gone to our website and seen your fellow 80 passport stops, be sure you do that. So our first tour is called Hidden Treasure. So the description is, discover some of Nebraska's hidden gems. You'll be excited to share stories of your adventures with your friends. And we have a variety of stops on this tour. We have museums, we have a honey farm, restaurants, all great, unique destinations. Our next tour is called A Little Me Time. Take a little time to relax and rejuvenate. Slow down and enjoy the little things while you explore Nebraska. So obviously this is our Zen tour. We have a lot of outdoor places, some fun retail locations, some gardens, and some coffee shops. Uniquely Nebraska. Explore unique places that will open your eyes to the many exciting travel experiences that Nebraska has to offer. So these are travel adventures that are very unique to Nebraska. So we have fossil beds, some restaurants, some of our more quirky attractions like Carhenge that people love. Good people, good times. Spend quality time with your friends and family while enjoying great food and drinks, and meet the Nebraskans behind these destinations. So this is all about sitting down and enjoying quality time. So we have wineries and breweries and restaurants. Celebrate Nebraska 150. So of course we needed to have this tour because of our 150th year. So the description is, join in the Nebraska 150 celebration, participate in events and activities to learn more about the good life. So all of these destinations have something to do, some link to the Nebraska 150 celebration, whether they are teaching people about Nebraska's history, or we have the Nebraska National Forest where people can plant a tree and leave their living legacy. This is one of my favorite tours. Be a kid again. Create lifelong memories. These lighthearted adventures guarantee people of all ages will have unforgettable fun. So we have a variety of really fun adventures. We have a toy store, an orchard, a horseback riding vendor, and 2 ice cream places. This is another one of my favorite tours, Thrills and Chills. Hear intriguing stories about the people and events that shaped these destinations. Enjoy a unique look at the history of Nebraska. So these are, of course, we have 6 haunted places that are ready to share their spooky stories with participants, and a couple other places. Art for the heart. Find your own creative inspiration. Meet Nebraska's talented artists, view unique types of art, and create your own works of art. So we wanted to make this a very interactive tour. So we have places that are offering little art projects or offering just unique looks at art. Like we have a barn quilt tour. Hello Sunshine. This is our outdoor tour. Time spent outdoors will put a smile on your face. These adventures will get you moving while you take in Nebraska's beautiful scenery. So this is also a very interactive tour. We have outfitters that are offering a variety of adventures for our participants. We have a lot of state parks on this too. And a warm welcome. This is a unique tour. You'll feel right at home at these welcoming destinations, explore beautiful downtown squares, cozy shops, delightful cafes, and more. And so we all know how beautiful some of our downtown squares are, so we wanted to highlight those. So we have Aurora and Fairbury, Ord, Tecumseh, Seward, so people will explore their whole downtown areas, and then we have some other great museums and retail locations. All right, and then this is actually straight from the booklet. It will be the fold-out map that everyone will get. So I wanted to show you this just so you can see where you guys all are. So we're sending people all across the state. You're dispersed everywhere. So people will get to see the beauty of every corner of our state. All right, I did send you an email about our prizes. You are going to get questions about them. Big thing, they are cumulative, and so if someone hits all 80 stops, they are going to receive all 5 prizes. They won't just receive the prize for the 80 stop. And these are, of course, listed in the booklets and on the apps, so people can see this list. So for 80 stops, we're giving a passport gift box. So we really want our 80 stop people to feel special. So we're going to give them a special jacket that indicates their achievement of making it to all 80 stops. And then we're going to give them a sampling of products from you guys from the passport stops. 60 stops is the Nebraska Tourism Calendar, which is extremely beautiful and extremely popular. People really love it. And we have 40 stops, a Baker's Chocolates gift box, because who doesn't love chocolate? 20 stops is the Nebraska 150 ceramic mug, which is a very nice mug. And then 10 stops is our official passport t-shirt, which is so popular, people love them. And then for each completed tour, and by a completed tour, that means, for example, if you hit all 8 stops on the Thrills and Chills tour, that's a completed tour. Then you get $15 in Nebraska Lottery scratch coupons. And our grand prize, and this is for people who reach 80 stops or share their stories, they all get an entry into the drawing for this prize. It's an Omaha Steaks butcher's share and chest freezer. And then also, anyone who turns in any prize entry form with at least 1 stamp, they'll be entered to win one of 4 Nebraska weekend trips. Those are $500 value each. And then also, we're giving away $300 in lottery tickets. A little bit about our ongoing initiatives, so things that I will be working on throughout the Passport program. So I am going to do a comprehensive economic impact report. So for your role, I will be asking you for monthly estimates of your traffic and your sales. And these don't have to be detailed spreadsheets. You don't have to spend a ton of time on them. I will give you just clear guidelines for what I want, and it won't be hard at all for you to do. And do know at the end of the program, I will be giving you all individual comprehensive reports. So I'll have your total number of app stamps from the whole program, and then I'll have your number of booklet stamps, and those are going to be from the prize entries that are actually mailed to us. And then I'll give you any participant feedback we get to. We always get a lot of really good feedback that I love sharing. We do have a corporate partners program. So I've been meeting with a lot of companies that are throughout the state, and we really target places that have established wellness programs because people can easily integrate the Passport program into a wellness program along the lines of travel, health, self-care, and people need to take time off to relax and rejuvenate. My goal is to have at least 20, and I'm getting very close to that. I'm also working with schools and libraries across the state to get kids involved in the program and teachers. And then a little quick side note, if you guys are ever offered any public relation opportunities that I can help with, let me know. I'm happy to give presentations. I'm happy to do tabling events or any other type of events throughout the state. I will travel anywhere. And then some of you have given me ideas for corporate partners. So again, we're looking for big companies with lots of employees, and we really want those corporate partners to be marketing the Passport program to their employees, so encouraging them to get involved. So that's the point of those corporate partners. All right, and this is a ways away, but I wanted to get this on your minds. The Nebraska Tourism Commission hosts a conference every year. This year it's going to be in October 17th through 19th at Embassy Suites in La Vista. And it's a great conference. Our main educational topics are going to be how to market your destination better, and then just providing excellent customer service and tips for that. And then tips for how you can work with your other tourism industry partners so we can all be working together to increase tourism to our state. And this year we are going to be offering you guys the 2017 Passport Stops, a special discount to come. So I'll be sending you information about that. All right, so hitting about 45 minutes. I promise the training wouldn't be too long. If you guys have any questions, you can email those in right now and I will answer them live. And have you been getting any questions?
I do have one coming from Gehring.
Yeah.
It's about visitnebraska.com. Someone has already claimed their destination.
Okay.
They want to know if on the back end we can go in and change that access.
Oh, yes, definitely. If you just want to send me the details, yes. All the people in our office have access to the website and can help you out.
Give people a few seconds here to send any in if they have any.
Oh, we did get a really good question yesterday. What happens if your stamp breaks? And it does happen. Well, first off, try not to be too hard with the stamps. You don't have to be banging them down. If it does break, let me know and I will order you a new stamp. That's no big deal. And in the meantime, before you get your new stamp, if you just want to initial people's booklets, that's fine. Between all of us, we're not extremely strict about that. So as long as you guys are doing it, then we'll accept your initials.
Speaking of questions from yesterday, I'll bounce off one, just a reminder about before May 1st, people can't get stamps.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, I can hear Jen. Yeah, sometimes people try to get stamps before the program starts, and that just gets too messy. So they can just come back. They can bring their family and friends and come back and visit you again.
I am not getting any more questions.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure that if you have questions or any comments throughout the Passport program, you email me or call me right away. I'm always available. And I've met a lot of you, but I still haven't been to a few of the stops. So I will be traveling around this summer, and I'll be meeting you in person and making sure that everything's going okay. So be prepared to welcome me to your destination. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend.